This is Tommy Watt for TTT Boxing and IFL TV. I'm joined by Bondi Boxing Club head honcho Tony Del Vecchio. How you doing, mate?
Hey, not too bad, Tommy. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks, mate. I'm very well. Exciting times here at the gym. We've got 4 lads fighting next Saturday and a recent link-up with MTK. So, first of all, tell us about that link-up and what that means for the boys here.
Yeah, look, that for me is just a giant leap forward for me personally. Also, I think for Australian boxing and boxing in the region. I got a hold of MTK and decided I wanted to go out there and meet up with them. So I made the move to go to Dubai. Just to show, I guess, show cause in the sense that we're serious about what we want to do and show them who I am, what we can do, and who we are here in Sydney/Australia. Very impressed with their setup, and I think they were impressed with mine. I think we're very much like-minded in what we want to do. They've gone ahead and got us on an advisory role, the boys. So to start off real quickly, we've got Danny Keating, Matteo Tapia, Michael Pengue, and Roy Clancy, all getting looked after by MTK Sydney, which is us with the backup of MTK Global. Yeah. So the unification is there. It's in conjunction with. I can't sing their praises enough. They're a huge giant in the world of boxing, as we all know. Anybody that knows boxing knows who they are. Anybody that knows boxing knows what they can do. And we have now that backing and a force behind us. Not only for our boys in this club. I think going forward is also for any other of the lads that are in boxing Australia that have got the goods. They're not here we're here to pick the best, to make the best the best, and get them to where they need to want to go. That's through all sorts of avenues: financial control, promotional values, whichever way we can do, or whatever we need to do. Yeah. Yet to be determined, but let me tell you, the canvas is blank, and we're all sitting here painting a picture. So we know where we want to go.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting times. And one thing that sticks out from anyone you ever see talk, any sort of MTK fighter that you see, the one thing that sticks out is that they are looked after first and foremost, as the fighter is looked after as number one. And I guess that's something that's maybe been missing with a lot of people here in Australia. And do you think a sort of juggernaut of their size can come in and say start making those demands and making sure fighters are put first in these negotiations?
Oh, look, without a doubt, and that's the thing. When speaking to them over there in Dubai, speaking to the CEO and all that sort of stuff, basically it was exactly that. You could see the passion in what they want to do, and you can see in what sense they want to do it. And it's exactly what you say. They get behind the fighter first. Okay. When it's a management deal, it's not exorbitant amounts of management costs. I mean, it's quite realistic. But forget all that. It's just the fact that they put the fighter first. So to have something like that here in Australia, where you can have people. Sometimes we can have an easy avenue to get more rankings, as they say, and we want to work on that sometimes. But what these guys can do, what the whole corporation can do, is to make it real. So have our boys go over and blood them internationally, for lack of a better expression. Because sometimes we can be caught out, not because our boys are no good. It's not that at all. We have the talent. Yeah. There is talent in Australia. Look around, and not just in my gym, in everybody's gym. There's a lot of good people in this country. But where we fall short sometimes is that experience of international exposure. Sometimes we get that international exposure by going to a world title eliminator or a world title fight straight up. Well, maybe we can start.
It's a big jump, isn't it?
It is a huge jump. It's a huge jump, and it's a jump that we shouldn't have to take straight away. It's a jump we can take with some work behind us. That's some fights behind them internationally. That's what we're looking for. Yeah. And it's not just this. You know what? Let's not get it twisted. It's not just Australia. It's this region. Okay. So we're looking at doing something in the region. Yeah. It's a region that's untapped by someone as big as this, and and they have an affiliation with other huge giants out there as well. So we're not talking just MTK and its partners, or MTK and the people they're affiliated with, or MTK Global. That's what we're looking for as well. So we want this, and it's a good thing to have.
And so they're obviously expanding their footprint in Australia. So they obviously see some, they see opportunity here in the market. I know Mark Altamura over in Melbourne is helping with, I guess, scouting for talent and bringing people on board. So could see more to come, and hopefully that brings better quality sparring into the gyms, and it helps everyone, I guess.
Exactly. We've been looking at doing shows, let's say, here in Australia, and what's there to say that you can't get some of those bigger names to come and headline those shows here in Australia, or get those bigger names to come and headline those shows here in Australia against Australians. And you mentioned Michael Tamura. I dare say that's probably one of the things we're looking at. He's a wealth of knowledge, even though for his young age, he's a wealth of knowledge of boxing. And you know, joining up with MTK, MTK are the ones that have benefited there, as well as Michael Tamura. It is a two-way street, and that marriage is just super important because, as you say, it's an advisory role, it's a tactical role, management role, but most importantly, it's a scouting role in and around this region. And the boy knows boxing. You know, and he's actually managed to 2 or 3 of my fighters to a world title level. You know, I can't complain. So yeah, no, another good move.
Excellent. And then so yeah, moving forward to next week, the post is behind you. We've got 4 of your lads fighting on the Star City show at the casino. First of all, let's start with the main boy, Darragh Foley. Big fight for him, probably the biggest fight of his career, WBA number 11. What are your thoughts on his fight, his opponent, and how's his training been?
Yeah, no, look, it's probably one of the best camps we've ever had. Darragh's looking fit, sharp. He's doing everything he needs to do. On his part, we're doing, you know, we have a saying in the gym, you do your job, we'll do ours. So we've put all that together, and he's extremely, extremely ready to go. You know, he's in every way. Fitness, skill factor, the camp's been the best. Look, you know, what can you expect? Expect Darragh Foley on the front foot, coming forward. Do I think this boy can handle this pressure? No, I don't think he can. He'll be pushing forward. He'll be looking to do what Darragh Foley does. You know, and that's what we need to do. We need to make, you know, he needs to do his job, and that's his job. And we're going to go and do what we need to do. Look, we've got number 8 now, WBA. Stephen Wilcox, number 10 in the WBA, number 11. Yeah. You know, it's a massive fight. The WBA have taken serious note of this fight. The poster behind me, I think is on their webpage when you look them up for the last couple of months. Boxrec have put it on the front page of their homepage. The fight's noticed. Why? You've got 2 well-rated top 10 fighters in the WBA fighting each other. Also, historically, the WBA Oceania and the WBA NABA have never been fought for. Right. Together. Right. So this is the first time we're unifying this, and that's historically that's a big thing because it's two different regions. Couldn't be more worlds apart than what they are in North America and Oceania. But we're unifying that. So the fight's got some serious note. Could it be dubbed as an eliminator? Almost. You know, you've got the 2, Glitch and Bartolome's wanting to fight for the number 1. You know, you've got the champ. So there's a lot of movement. 64, you know, 63 and a half, the junior welterweight, the 140-pound weight division is massive at the moment, and the movements are huge. With you know, Crawford doing what he's done, going to 47. So it's just opened up Pandora's box. So we're right in the mix of all that. He's also rated number 15 or better now with the WBO as well. Yeah. You know, we've got different avenues we can go along, and Darragh Foley is, you know, we all know him. He's an energetic. He's a boy can fight. You know, he can put you to sleep with both hands. We've seen this. This is nothing that, you know, this is not this is not a fallacy. It's fact. You know, what else do we see? We see, like I said, the pressure, constant front forward movement, in your face, Darragh Foley. That's what you're going to expect on fight night. And I don't think Steve Wilcox is going to have a good fighter that he is. He's just I think styles make fights, and this is a style that's going to suit us.
And then say another few there, and then Jerry Clancy, obviously everyone here will know very well, and then a few of the younger boys as well.
Well, yeah. Well, we got Garoy Clancy. He's fighting for the New South Wales title at 63 and a half. He wins that as a 2-time state champion. He's also got the Oriental WF title. Jerry's making his statement now towards, I wouldn't say twilights of his years, but his more mature age of time of his career. And things are changing. He's becoming a better boxer. He's back on the front foot. He's moving well. He's got his shots that are, shot selection has started to improve. And you know, that's just. He's had a couple of losses to some serious guys in his division, and we're just growing from there. He's coming off a good win, you know, and he's happy to do it. So I mean, I'm really happy and excited for Jerry's fight because it's going to be a cracker.
And he's never involved in a boring fight, Jerry. That's one thing that's absolutely for certain.
That's right. You guys know that because you've seen it, you know, and you've seen it live. But really talented. And with Danny Keating, you just had the word to a young kid. He's 20 years old. Absolutely excited for this kid. He's had a massive amateur career back in Ireland. Won a couple of Irish titles and juniors and seniors, I think, and you know, medalled in the Euro titles over there. And that's pretty cool. I mean, it's like he's done his dues. He's paid his dues in the amateurs at 19, 20.
And the Irish amateur scene is no joke.
It's no joke, you know, and you know that. And they're right in the middle of a big melting pot there in Europe. And as I say, he's 20. Remember that? I keep telling myself he's 20. He's 20. This can't be right.
He's got a long time to mould that fire and see where it goes.
we will blood him the way that we're supposed to, bring him along nicely. You know, before you see any sort of title fight for this kid, probably 20-0 or, you know, along those lots of lines, and that's what we're trying to do here now. We're not trying to rush anything. Been down that road before. Sometimes it doesn't always work. You know? So we're looking at another kid that we have is Mateo Tapia. Same age, he's about to turn 20. Mateo Tapia is 7-0. 7-0 as a professional. His last fight was against a kid, Fino Curry, former Australian champion as an amateur, 5-0 himself. People were not giving us much due for him to do well at all. I don't know what the reluctance was. Ended him in the fifth, you know, stopped him in the fifth round, and it was a good stoppage because, you know, he was just starting to find his rhythm. So, you know, we've got another one there. Now, remember this, he's 20 years old. Yeah,
and the great body shot as well. I remember seeing his first couple of fights, and he, attacking to the body that young in his first few fights shows a level of maturity that you don't always see.
He's got that in him. I mean, he's half Mexican, half Peruvian, and he was born in Tijuana, came here when he was 4, so I'm not going to take that off him. He can do whatever he wants. He's got that Mexican blood about him, he's got that Mexican body shot, and he's probably the tallest Mexican in the world because he's 76. You know. Look, we're looking at campaigning now at super middle and around the middle. He's just growing into a man, you know, and he's getting that man spread in his shoulders and what have you. So he's looking there, and then from there we got another kid that also MTK looked after, and that's my nephew, so it's Michael Pengue, and he's 1-0 as a pro. Now he's I'd say chip off the block, all that sort of stuff. I'd love to turn around and say I've taught him everything. But he's Darragh Foley been acting the bollocks in the background as he does. But Michael Pengue's got some talent. It's just come out of somewhere. I'd love to say I've taught him everything he knows. I haven't. He's got stuff that just comes out of there. Not a massive amateur career, but that's his style is made for the pros. And you'll see, you'll talk to him soon, and he'll sit there nervous if he's walking around. But he's something special to watch, and there's another kid come through. And again, 22, 23 years old. So we're the main crux of all this, what we're aiming, what we're looking to go towards, all of it is get these boys blooded as much as we can here in Australia, get as many fights, 4s and 6 and 8 rounders under their belts as possible, and start to make them let them grow into the boxes they go into, and then start to manage them from there. And that's also the thing that we have with MTK Sydney for now, and then which will become MTK Global. That's the advisory role that we have. And that's his first dibs on the boxes, so to speak. Yeah. So there's a succession plan. And having said all that, you know, also John Hutchinson is already managed by MTK Global. He's an MTK Global fighter. And he's been up in Queensland training with Dennis Hogan and the like, and he's going to come down. So he's also fighting Scott Parks there for the WBC Asia title. So, you know, look, the boys are good to go. Yeah. They're more than ready. And you know, like I said, sparring on once in Queensland, once here, once over. You know, we've all hit our strides at the right time. Yeah. And I can't wait for next week. I can't wait for the 17th of March. It's going to be a cracker with that at the casino. It starts at 12, finishes at 6. If you need to be, you can be home by 8 o'clock. The missus will let you go. It's all good. But it's St. Paddy's Day. And you've got 4 Irish on the day. It's pretty huge, you know. You can't get a better venue, you can't get a better occasion, you can't get a better crop of fighters, to celebrate the day and just have a good fun day watching some serious boxing. And can people get tickets from yourself? Where can people get tickets? Well, the tickets are simple. You just go to the JohnnyLewis.com website and Ticketek, and it's very simple to get. Just that you get them from there and pay for tickets and come. And it's a cracking show at the casino. It's a great venue, and so with 4 Irish lads on St. Paddy's Day, it's going to be a good banner. It's going to be a great day, but look, we wish everybody fighting all the best. But obviously these 4 behind us, they're going to be winning, and as I said, you know, and that's the way it is. We're not here to train for the sake of looking good. We're here to come to win, do the job. Yeah, exactly. Excellent. All right, look, thanks a lot for your time, Tony. Really appreciate your hospitality this morning. Good luck next Saturday with all your fighters, and we'll catch up with you at the weigh-in on Friday. You will do. Cheers, mate. Tommy. Thank you.